Hi everyone, Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. You guys are awesome, and I'm glad you're back for more. We're going to jump right into shop update. Very exciting. If you didn't watch my prior little mini video that I launched just a couple days ago, then you may not be aware that the Cozy Advent Calendar from Multifarious Nature did launch yesterday, the 9th of April. So there's just a few available. So if you definitely want one, make sure you jump on over there and purchase that so that you have a reserved spot. These Advents are not going to ship until October, the end of October. So if you do purchase one, make sure that you purchase that by itself. If you have your eye on any other yarn, do purchase that separately because they won't ship. They are going to have to ship separately. So just wanted to remind you guys of that. So that's very exciting. That's 24 mini skeins that are 20 grams each, and they're going to be on varying bases. I have 3 different bases that I'm going to be using, kind of sprinkled throughout. You can read more details if you hop on over. The link will be below. And then there's a full-size 100-gram skein for day 25. So if you're not familiar with yarn advent calendars, it's super, super fun. This is my second year dyeing them up, and I think I've actually now been doing advents, though, yarn advents for 3 years, participating with yarn advents. I've only been dyeing for 2 years, and it's so much fun. It's really nice. I do the where you open starting December 1st through the 25th and opening 1 skein a day and then knitting with that colorway each day. It's so much fun. It's really great. If you're someone who sometimes struggles trying to complete a project, it's an awesome way to really accomplish getting something done in a short period of time. You don't have to, but it's a nice motivator, because if you want to work with each color each day, you really then focus on trying to get through that color each day. So it's very motivating. It's a lot of fun, and I just really enjoy it, especially during the holiday season and winter. It's just something to look forward to. So it makes an excellent gift, not only for yourself, but for someone else who is a fellow fiber enthusiast. If they like to knit, crochet, you probably could weave with. This is all going to be superwash yarn, so I would think, you definitely can weave with it, but it is a little bit more geared probably towards knitters and crocheters. But that's, it's for everybody. And there's going to be over 2,000 yards of yarn in this advent. So, you can make so much with that much yarn. And I normally do shawls. I've done shawls for the past 3 years, and I love making shawls. It's so much fun. I am playing with the idea of doing a blanket. It's like a little throw blanket. I'm not sure. I'm really playing with that idea just because there's one blanket I've been eyeing for a long time on Ravelry, and many people, including one of the people who purchased my advent last year, they are doing the habitation throw, which I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I've seen so many versions, many YouTubers that I follow that are podcasters, they have done the habitation throw, and I've been admiring it. I think it looks so relaxing. My fear is it might be too repetitive of a pattern, where most of the patterns I do for advents tend to have different textured sections, have different stitch techniques throughout. So it really keeps me going and interested. And but the thing is with advent, you're using a different color each day. So using a different color each day really does motivate me in and of itself. So I think that, I might be able to do the habitation throw and have enough interest because of the color. And let me tell you guys, oh my goodness, I am so excited about the colors. So this is like right in my wheelhouse. It's cozy advent calendar, and that is what it's all going to be about. Cozy. And if you look at the photo inspiration that I am focusing on for this advent, it is all about the colors. I'm not saying that I am dyeing up to specifically match colors in this photo, but I am definitely leaning from those colors, and it's going to be so cozy and lots of rich colors. There'll be a little bit some speckling here and there. There'll be a lot of tonals, and I'm all for it. And there'll be a little bit of sparkle, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to hop on and join in this awesome Advent, the Cozy Advent Calendar is available currently. I do have a couple in the shop still. They will hopefully be a couple in the shop for a little while, but if you definitely want one, do hop over and get one, just because there are very limited supply, because it's just me dyeing. So if you for sure want one, I would hate for you to miss out. These are going to be all one-of-a-kind colorways dyed up specifically for this Advent, so I will not be able to replicate them once I dye them up. I haven't started dyeing quite yet, but I started nice and early this year, so that way I can start dyeing right away, and it helps make it super enjoyable. Last year's went really well with dyeing and having it completed so that it was ready to ship, and I have no concern about that. I'm really excited about it, and yeah, I hope you guys will join me with this. And let's see what the next thing we've got on the docket is. Works in progress, WIPs. So lots of them. I've been knitting a lot. I've been thinking about the Advent a lot. I actually have the colors in front of me that I'm thinking of, so I don't want to show that to you guys, but I'm really excited. Anyway, we're going to hop into what's so exciting. You guys have wanted to see this colorway knit up, and I have started working on it. So this is the Landscape colorway by Multifarious Nature, and it is actually a different pattern. I originally was going to do the Sail Away socks. I changed my mind. I wanted to feature a new designer to me. Her name is Melissa West. She's out of Michigan, and this is the Mayel, I think that's how you pronounce it, Mayel Shorty. The Mayel sock set, it's on Ravelry. I'll include the link below, and it's actually a 2 sock set pattern, which is awesome. So it shows you a bunch of different ways you can make these different socks, and I'm loving it so far. I'm loving it so much. I'm so for this sock pattern. It's super cute. There's some fun slip stitch going on here, and it's creating this wonderful honeycomb pattern. It's so cute. Again, this is the Landscape colorway, and it's photographing pretty well. It's looking a little bit more blue-green in this. There's definitely blues in here, but it's a little bit more green in spots than it's kind of showing. The light is kind of blasting it out a little bit, but yes, I just love it. And then I've got my little Lock and Lou Progress Keeper. Now that the flowers are starting to pop up, seems very appropriate. But it's super fun. I love this colorway, guys. I admired it. You can't really see the sparkle on this base. This has it has Stellina in it, which is so pretty. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. It's so hard to capture in camera, but there's Stellina throughout. There's just, oh my gosh, it's merino nylon and Stellina. So this is a base, actually, that if you read the details on the Advent calendar, the base is going to be some of the minis. So there you can kind of see now the greens are starting to kind of show a little bit more accurate. It's really hard to show this color, but it's a unique ribbing, and I did a tubular cast on, which I am loving. I am all for the tubular cast ons now. It is so stretchy and looks beautiful. It creates a wonderful edge. So I'm really enjoying that. And this pattern I'm enjoying so much, in fact. I'm doing the shorty version. I wanted to do the shorties. This, I think, will be a super fun summer sock. And so I wanted to do the shorties, and I enjoyed knitting this pattern repeat so much that I ended up doing an entire, a repeat longer than I'm supposed to. I was supposed to stop about here and then start the heel and everything. And yeah, I knit a little bit too much. So I have to now tink back 5 rows, which luckily it's small circumference, but still, you know, it's 5 rows that I didn't have to knit, but I enjoy knitting it so much, and this base is so silky soft and comfy and stretchy and springy and just, oh my gosh, I love this base. It's so wonderful, and this pattern is awesome. So if you're looking for a super fun sock pattern, especially for the summer, because if you're going to be wearing socks where you can see the socks, this is just so cute and fun and playful. Let me see. I had the pattern here. Here we go. So yeah, male socks. And here is the image on the front. Beautiful image. So she does like a solid version. I'm going to be doing the two-tone. I'm using landscape for the main color, and then for the contrast color, I'm using my dusk colorway, which, if you're not familiar with that, bear with me, pulling it out. Here we go. So this is dusk. It is my version of like a navy. It's so moody and dark and rich, and it has this beautiful like black halo on it. This is my alpaca merino blend. It's alpaca, merino, and nylon. It's so soft. It's a 20-60-20. So 20% superfine alpaca, 60% superwash merino, and 20% nylon. Super soft. Got this beautiful halo and wonderful. So highly recommend this base as well. And that will be the heel. I did not do the contrast color for the cuff. I wanted to do landscape. So I'm doing it for, I guess I should hold it the right orientation. I'm using this for the heel and toe. So very excited about that. I think that's going to really look amazing. And again, love that pattern. If you're looking for a fun sock pattern, you should check it out for sure. All right, I think I need a water break. All right, next is the Ripple Bralette by Jessie Made Designs. I worked on that a little bit. I just go through phases each day during the week. There's kind of one pattern I usually do for lunch consistently throughout the week and on my lunch break, but then I just vary it during the days after work and everything. So that's how I kind of work on all my patterns, if you're curious. So this one is, yeah, that Ripple Bralette on Old Mill yarn. It's the base. So I didn't knit too terribly far on it, but I mean, this is where I was last week. So like an inch and a half. That's some progress. Progress is progress, right guys? All right, so getting there. I'm just trying to debate how long I want to make it, because there is, like, of course, the recommended amount. And I do kind of want it to be a longer bralette so that it goes, like, a little bit further down than some. So, like, a mini tank is kind of what I'm aiming for. So, really enjoying the way this is knitting up. This base is, like I said, Old Mill Yarns. They're out of Allegan. I did discover they do have a website. They do have a website. So if you do not live in Michigan, you can order it online. So I will include the link to the Old Mill Yarn below. And that way, if you're interested, you can go there. I don't think I can link to this base. Their bases vary greatly. It's kind of just depends what they have in stock. Yeah, but this is so pretty. It's kind of a raspberry colorway. I am holding double. I know I've talked about this in a prior video, but I'm holding two colorways together to marl them. And this is what's coming of it. I just love marling yarns. You create different colors and textures just by marling. So it's just like painting with yarn, marling. It's so much fun. So love it, love it, love it. Really seems to be working up nicely. It's got some good stretch to it, and there's definitely some memory there. I'm still not sure, you guys. I'm still not sure how this is going to work. I mean, it might be fine. I'm a little nervous about it, but it's a fun experiment. It really is. So I'm here for it, and I hope that it one fits and then it stays fitted the way it should. You know, it's supposed to be fitted and not like stretch out to the point where it's loose, because that defeats the purpose. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and it's been fun to knit. The repeat, very easy so far, and I probably could knit this a lot faster if I really just focused on it, but I've been really focusing on other patterns, and you will see what I'm talking about here in a moment. So the next one that I'm going to talk about is the one I've really focused on quite a bit. It's the Axilia Summer Tank, and it's by Streakavilla. I think that's how you say it. Streakavilla. It is using wool balanced in the owl colorway. I am on my third skein now already, so that kind of gives you an idea of how quickly you go through these skeins. I made it past the lace design, you guys. The one I screwed up and had to rip back and do a second time. Finally made it past it. Yay! I am so close. I'm just now getting it to the length that I want, which it has, of course, length. This is a paid-for pattern. Most of these patterns I've worked on are all paid-for patterns. The Melee sock, paid for, Ripple Bralette, and then this Axilia Summer Tee is all a paid-for pattern. So, loving them so far. And this one is a lot of fun. I just did this lace repeat now twice, so it's a really fun one. It's very fun. Just pay attention to your lace so that it looks proper, because if it gets all out of alignment, it looks weird. So, beautiful, fun base. This is that 50-50, 50% wool, 50% cotton. It is a cotton base. So if any of you struggle to work with cotton bases, like myself, this one actually has been really good, really good. I have enjoyed knitting with it. So I'm just going to be doing a couple more rounds, and then I'm splitting for the sleeves, which I'm so excited. Because basically when I split for the sleeves, I think you just do a little ribbing and then you're done, because they're short sleeves. So I think this is going to go pretty quick. And then the rest is just like stockinette, and then I think there's a little ribbing at the bottom. Pretty sure most tees have like the ribbing at the bottom as well. So I'm very excited. This will be a super fun shirt for summer months, the warmer months, and I'm excited about it. Because it's a nice neutral. I feel like I will wear this a lot. And it's one of those that you can dress up and down. I just feel like this is a good staple wardrobe garment. So I'm excited about this. So this all wool, I haven't used any other colors yet. This was one that my mom and sister found actually at a thrift store, which was amazing score. They got like 9 skeins. I was so excited. This was expensive, like pretty expensive. I mean, reasonably priced compared to some. But if you have to buy 9 skeins, that adds up fast. So this is worsted weight, so you go through it really quickly. Like I said, this is not even, I haven't split for the sleeves yet, and I'm on my 3rd skein. So you go through the wool quickly. These are the skeins if you're curious what they look like. Or it's Barn Owl, not Owl. Barn Owl is the colorway. So they're not relatively large skeins. There's only 130 yards per skein, so you really don't get a lot of wool. I'm used to figuring weight where you get like 400 some yards a skein, so you get like a lot of yard. And this, 100 yards is a lot less. So, really cute, really fun so far. I hope it fits well. I haven't tried it on. I really need to get barber poles. I've heard about these, where you put it, you like attach it to the needle. I think who did I hear about it from recently? It was, Andrew Mowry. I watch her Friday videos, her I'll Knit If I Want To podcasts, and she was talking about them, the barber poles, and they're like these rubber cords, and I'm probably like the last person in the world to find out about these, but they attach to the tip of your needle and like suction to it, and then you just gently pull it through your stitches, and then you can try on your garment and not worry about your stitches dropping. Pretty genius. Really wish I had thought of it. But anyway, so I really have thought about getting those at some point. But until then, I usually just attach this using like because these are interchangeables, chiaogus, and then I just attach with their little extender to a longer cable and then just pull it through so it's on a huge cable, and then I can try it on no problem. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for a little bit longer, but at some point I think I'm gonna get barber poles. Have any of you purchased those barber pole like stitch holders? I don't know if that's what it's called, a stitch holder. But if you have, can you comment below and just let me know what you thought about them, if you like them, if you think it was a good investment. I like investing in things for my knitting hobby here, but I don't want to buy things I'm not going to use that much. So I use chiaogu needles like crazy, and I purchased something with my birthday money that I'll show you guys when I receive it. So I think I should get it hopefully by next weekend so I can share it with you guys. But yeah, I invest in things that I'm going to use a lot, and I use my needles a lot. Well worth the investment. If you're thinking about knitting and you haven't taken it on yet, highly recommend circulars that are interchangeable. Just buy a set. There are so many different brands out there. These are chiaogu. They're really nice, lightweight stainless steel. There's a lot of really nice metal ones out there, or metal wood. But yeah, it's worth the investment. It sure is, because otherwise it's like, I don't know, $10-11 for a single needle, and if you get 12 sets and multiply that, it adds up really fast. It adds up so fast. So well worth the investment. Just saying. Yeah. All right, next. The last one that I've been working on here is my very special project for my friend. This is the Whippersnapper by Treona Designs. It's using a Multifarious Nature yarn in various colorways. I have made it to another colorway. So excited. All right. Be prepared for cuteness overload, you guys. Are you ready for this? I have split for the sleeves. This is not the cutest thing you have ever seen. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. It's so little. I just love little things. Okay, anyway. It is a mini raglan. How adorable is that? So you've got this wonderful raglan shaping. This is another paid for pattern. This is, again, the Whippersnapper. So cute. So this is the Frost colorway by Multifarious Nature. And then we have Odette, which is a beautiful light gray blue colorway. And then we have more Frost. That's between every row, there is a couple repeats of your main color. So I'm going, so I got a little bit of Frost there, and now we're going into Winter is Coming, which is a speckled, variegated, like kind of, it's blues and light blues and dark blues speckling, and then there's a very like, it's kind of a teal blue gray colorway. In here. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So that's the one I'm fading into next. Winter is coming. Hopefully winter is going. With the seasons here, but Winter is Coming is this colorway, and I just am loving knitting this. It's so much fun. So I am in the super fun section of the little sweater at the moment. It is just stocking at goodness at the moment. And then there'll be another repeat of this fun texture pattern in the next colorway that'll be next. So having a lot of fun with this little sweater. It is just so precious. I love it. So I am knitting the size 2 to 3-year-old version. So my thought was that, then this would be a sweater that the little one that my friend's having can grow into and get a lot of use out of, hopefully. It is all superwash, so that way it'll be really easy to take care of. And I'm just having so much fun. I'm having so much fun working on it. I love the way these colors are all playing together. I really am having fun knitting with them. And this way you guys can also see the colors knit up. This, especially Odette and Frost, are definitely tonals. They're like tonal colorways. So, it has some tonality. So like lighter spots and darker areas, but it's just, where this one is a variegated and speckle, winter's coming. So it can be kind of hard to gauge. I've gotten better about knowing how it's going to look knit up when I'm dyeing, but for those of you that are not very familiar with it, this is how that is going to knit up. So at first glance, sometimes until you get really used to it, it can be a little tricky to decipher how a variegated and speckle colorway will knit up. But if you've been eyeing winter is coming and you're wondering, this is what it looks like knit up, and it's so fun. And it's just a beautiful, very subtle variegation, and then speckling. So that would make a beautiful sweater. I mean, it's going to be on this sweater, but like if you wanted to do an entire color, a sweater in that colorway, or tank top, like that'd be a beautiful tank top, I think. So, loving it. And that is this beautiful blue-gray color. I mean, wonderful. These are different bases. This one is my merino nylon base. This one is BFL nylon base, and this one is BFL nylon base. Most of them are BFL nylon. I think the only one that I am knitting that's the merino nylon was the Frost, the main colorway. But the rest are BFL nylon, which is so wonderful. They're all really, really wonderful bases. I would not dye on a base that I didn't love, so I want to share things that I love with you guys. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'd love to hear what you're working on. I'd love to see what you're working on. If you have pictures, you can share those below as well. I'd love to see your works in progress and hear how things are going. I hope you guys have sun by you right now. I have sun finally. Michigan has been dark, dreary, very much so most of the week. So this is just so needed. Probably take the dogs for a walk in a little bit and need to go grocery shopping, my usual weekend run. But other than that, I'm all about the Advent planning. It's like, that's what I've been thinking about so much. Of course, because the launch was yesterday, but then also just because I so enjoy dyeing, and I haven't dyed in a while because of all of our moving of things, and our house is starting to get a little bit more back into order, which helps because then I feel like I can go and do the dyeing. Because when I do that, when I tend to dye, I usually do an entire day basically in the studio. So I'm usually doing it on a Saturday for the most part. I try very hard not to do work on Sundays. That's important to me. So I really, really try not to do that. So Saturdays are kind of like the go-to dye day, which is also the go-to cleaning day. So I think I'm slowly trying to progress to doing cleaning a little bit here and there during the week. That way the weekend doesn't have to be focused on that. Because especially with Advent coming and the Advent dyeing starting, I'm gonna really need to focus on that, and I love to do it. I just love it. It's so much fun mixing all the colors, and I'm so excited, you guys. I picked up some new dyes so I can play even more because I'm gonna geek out here for a moment, and I just hope you'll bear with me, but I love mixing color. I love it. I did that a lot when I was in college. I'm a fine arts major and with a focus in painting. If you didn't know that about me, I did mainly oil colors is what I worked with, oil paints, and mixing colors was kind of my thing, and I love it. I love it so much. And so the way when I go into the dye studio and I have all the different dyes that I'm looking at, I guess I visualize like how those colors are going to be blended, and then I start playing and doing that, and that is the best. And that's why I love Advents, and I've loved doing these one-of-a-kind, like one-run colors that I've been dyeing up, the limited runs, which that's actually what the landscape colorway is that I showed you earlier. That is a limited run. So I had fun making it and creating it and dyeing a bunch of them at that one point, and I cannot recreate it. I did not write down the recipe, and I love it so much. That creative process, it just feeds my soul. So yeah, I'm thinking of all the colors and everything that I haven't planned for this Advent, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to start dyeing them. So I have some new dyes coming in the mail, and I'm really excited about that. And I cannot wait. So soon I am going to start dyeing up those colorways, so that way they will be done, and just slowly adding to them, and I cannot wait. So for those of you that have already purchased the Advent, thank you so much for your support. It means so much to me. And I can't thank you enough. So thank you so much. And for those of you interested, definitely recommend hopping over and looking at it if you are interested. And then if you for sure want one or want to get one as a gift for someone, make sure that you do purchase one, because there are not that many. I really have a very limited supply that I'm going to be dyeing up. I limit to myself because there's only so much I can make. There really is only so much I can do with the amount of time I can put towards dyeing. There's not enough time in the week for me at this point, because I do work full-time outside of 40 hours a week. I work somewhere else outside of my home, so I cannot dye full-time, even though I would love to. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I'd love to hear from you, and I will catch up with you soon. I think next weekend I will do a video. I don't want to promise that I will, because it is, I believe, pretty sure it's Easter Sunday. I'm pretty sure Easter's next weekend. I can't believe Easter's already here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it, you guys. But yeah, Easter Sunday, so I don't know if I'm going to make a video. I usually don't during holidays, just because we tend to be running around, but if I do, I will see you next week. If not, I'll see you in 2 weeks. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and enjoy the sun if you have the sun by you. And if it's cold and rainy, cozy up under a blanket and get some knitting or crocheting in. It's like the perfect time to do it, right? Talk to you later, guys. Bye.